Please join me in the call to worship. In all things, we should try to make ourselves as grateful as possible.
For gratitude is a good thing for ourselves.
Gratitude pays itself back in large measure.
It becomes as a second gift, born from the first.
With grateful hearts we come
to celebrate together all that is meant by being alive.
How much greater our days seem, O God, when they begin and end with gratitude. Little gifts remembered, celebrated, and paid forward become mighty waves, sweeping through us and over those with whom we interact. Life is simply too short for less. This day, as we gather, may our hearts be tuned to gratitude. May thanksgiving pour from our lips and through our actions. May our spirits be lightened and our days be brightened as we center ourselves in thankfulness, even as Jesus did, who taught us to pray, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Good morning. It is a joy to welcome you to New England Congregational Church on this beautiful fall morning. A very special welcome to those who are guests with us. Please take a moment and add your name to the friendship register in your pew before passing it to your neighbors. All are invited to join us following worship for coffee and treats and conversation in the narthex. A special thank you to all those who are involved in today's service, to Arlene Thoreau on the organ bench, to Nancy Hopp, our liturgist, to Paul Leprade and the chancel choir, to our greeters and ushers, and to Josh Ream in the sound booth. Thank you all for participating. Please take a moment and look at all of the announcements in your bulletins. Of special note, this coming Friday, our film series resumes at 7 p.m. with Summer of Soul. This Oscar-winning documentary will be presented by Maureen McCain, and all are welcome to attend. No sign-up is needed, but if you're not sure where the theater is, simply meet at the parking lot entrance a few minutes before 7 and go up with the group. Next Sunday, following worship at 11 a.m., we'll be hosting Kelly Compost for an all-ages storytelling event in Friendship Hall. Stories of African American history and resilience. This promises to be a fun and engaging event, and we hope you'll plan to attend. Friends, family, and neighbors are welcome as well. Also next Sunday, the strategic visioning process will continue with a second listening session at 7 p.m. via Zoom. The steering committee hopes that all members of the New England community will attend at least one of these visioning sessions. You can sign up for this one by using the sign-up station in the office, on the church website, or by clicking the link in this week's email announcements. You will receive a link to join the Zoom conversation. In response to Hurricanes Fiona and Ian, the United Church of Christ has issued a special appeal to provide immediate assistance. Please see the announcement in your bulletin for more details. To donate, follow the link or drop a check in the offering plate with Hurricanes 2022 Fund noted in the memo line. Thank you in advance for your timely support of this effort. Finally, it's not too early to be thinking about Halloween. We will be hosting a trunk or treat event again this year and urge you to consider signing up in the marketplace or online to enter your vehicle. And now, as we continue in worship with our children's time, know that no matter who you are or where you are on your journey of life or faith, you are very welcome in this place. As our children come forward, please share a word of greeting with your neighbors. Good morning. All right, you told me you were awake. Let's try it again. Good morning. Oh, that's better. It's so good to see you all on this special weekend. The Bible is full of amazing stories where wonderful and surprising things happen. After you go to church school today, the folks that are left here in the sanctuary are going to hear a story like that. It's such a great story that I don't want you to miss out, so I'm going to share a kid-friendly version of it with you right now. Are you ready? This story is called Jesus the Healer. And I'll show you the pictures. One day, a man rushed up to Jesus and threw himself on the ground. People were pointing and shouting at him to go away because his skin was covered with big, ugly sores and bumps. They were afraid they would catch the disease if they touched him. Lord, if you are willing, please heal me, he pleaded. Jesus reached out his hand and touched him. Yes, I am willing. And the man's disease disappeared. Another time, there was a man who could not walk, so his friends carried him on his bed to Jesus. When they reached the house where Jesus was teaching, there were so many people that they could not push through the crowd. The lame man's eyes were filled with tears, knowing that he would never walk again. It's okay, just take me home. No, one of his friends said, we won't give up on you. So his friends climbed up to the roof of the house, took some tiles off, and lowered the bed until their friend was right in front of Jesus. Jesus was amazed by the faith of this man and his friends. You are healed. Get up and walk, he said. The man stood up, took one step, then another, and danced home, praising God. What do you think of that story? I got a thumbs up here. All right. In your own words, what's the story about? What happens in the story? We're a shy group this morning, and that's okay. What about the guy with the skin problem? What happened to him? He was healed. Okay, what about the guy who couldn't walk? What happened to him? He got healed too. That's right. What exactly is healing? What is healing? Getting better. Any other responses? Well, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. Getting better. To make someone feel better, to make someone feel complete, to make someone feel whole. If you were either of those guys from our story, how do you think you'd feel after Jesus healed you? Good, happy, grateful? Those are good answers. That's right. Maybe we'd feel surprised. Would you feel surprised? What about scared? Would you feel a little bit scared? No? Okay. And we said happy and thankful. The truth is, we may never have a skin problem or be unable to walk, but this story reminds us that it's not just God that plays a part in healing. When we meet people who are sick or lonely or feeling down, we can play a part in making them feel better or complete or whole. What kinds of things can we do to help people feel better or complete or whole? Any ideas? What about Could we take them chicken soup if they're not feeling good? Yeah. Kleenexes? Could we take them Kleenexes? Yeah, that's a good one. What about trying to cheer them up? Could we do that? Maybe take balloons or send a card or make really funny faces at them through the window? We could do that. What about being their friend? What if they're lonely and they just need a friend? Could we do that? Yeah, that's right. There are lots of things that you and me can do to play a part in helping others to feel better, to help them feel complete, to help them feel whole. So this week, as you go through your week, think about this story. And if you meet someone who's lonely or not feeling good or just kind of feeling down in the dumps, think about the ways that you might help them feel better. Let's share a prayer together. Why don't you repeat after me? Dear God, thank you for always being there for us. Help us be there for others. When they are sick, or lonely, or just feeling down. Remind us that we have a part to play in making others feel better, complete and whole. Amen. Thank you all for coming. You can go to your church school classes now. As we prepare now for our time of prayer, we remember Marcia Whaley recovering at home after surgery last week. Let us be together now in a spirit of prayer. Source of all goodness, sometimes we fail to appreciate the myriad gifts you've given your children. It's easy to exclaim over the big, brightly wrapped packages, to say thank you for feasts and sunsets and recovered health. Today, we give you thanks as well for the plainer gifts, for bread, and for changing leaves, and for voices to speak one another's names. In our gratitude, remind us to be mindful of the needs of others, those suffering with illness of body, mind, or spirit, those living daily with injustice or inhuman treatment, those struggling just to make ends meet. You surround us with compassion and beauty. You uphold us with a steadfast love made known to us in the life and death of Jesus. Give us ears attuned to your voice and eyes to recognize abundant life that we may live generously, and link our hands in peace. Amen. Hear now a reading from the Gospel according to Luke, the 17th chapter. On the way to Jerusalem, Jesus was going through the region between Samaria and Galilee. As he entered a village, 10 lepers approached him. Keeping their distance, they called out, saying, "Jesus, Master, have mercy on us." When he saw them, he said to them, "Go and show yourselves to the priests." And as they went, they were made clean. Then one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice. He prostrated himself at Jesus' feet and thanked him, and he was a Samaritan. Then Jesus asked him, "Were not 10 made clean? But the other 9, where are they? Was none of them found to return and give praise to God, except this foreigner?" Then he said to him, "Get up and go on your way. Your faith has made you well." Here ends the reading. Author and blogger Nick Ortner tells this story. A blind boy sat on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet. He held up a sign which read, "I am blind. Please help." There were only a few coins in that hat, spare change from folks as they hurried past. A man was walking by. He took a few coins from his pocket and dropped them in the hat. And then he took the sign, turned it around, wrote some words on it, and put it back in the boy's hand so that everyone who walked by would see the new words. Soon, that hat began to fill up. A lot more people were giving money to the blind boy. That afternoon, the man who had changed the sign returned to see how things were going. The boy recognized his footsteps and asked, "Were you the one who changed my sign this morning? What did you write?" The man said, "I only wrote the truth. I said what you did, but in a different way. I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it.'" Both signs spoke the truth, but the first sign simply said the boy was blind, while the second sign conveyed to everyone walking by how grateful they should be to see. It seems so obvious, doesn't it? And yet, how often do we walk through life with conscious awareness of the gift of sight, or sound, or smell, or touch, or taste? How often do we revel in the goodness of a relationship, in the tenderness of a child's hug, in the feel of icy snowflakes or a chill fall breeze brushing our nose, in the sound of rain on the pavement, or even the simple joy of tasting that perfect cup of rich black coffee? These are simple things, ordinary things, simple, ordinary, beautiful things. What keeps us from noticing them? This morning, I would like to spend just a few moments speaking about gratitude. In our reading from Luke's Gospel, 10 people, sick with leprosy, called out to Jesus for mercy. He responded, telling them to go and show themselves to the priests. While this may seem like a strange response to us, in those days, people who were sick with leprosy lived in the shadows. They subsisted in a no man's land, a region in between. According to the customs of the day, they lived in seclusion and kept their distance from passers-by, They sported torn clothes and disheveled hair and had to announce their own contagion in loud, humiliating cries whenever they came close to other people. Unclean, unclean. Only a priest could declare them clean again, healthy again. As they went, Luke tells us that the sickness left their bodies and they became clean, enabling their safe return to all that makes us fully human, to family and community and companionship and intimacy. Realizing this, one of them returned to Jesus and threw him on the ground and thanked Jesus for making him well. And then Jesus said something interesting. Get up and go on your way. Your faith has made you well. Why is that so interesting, you may wonder? 10 people living with a horrible and isolating disease were made clean, but only one, it seems, was made well. The Greek word translated in our Bibles as made well is the word sozo. It can indeed be translated as made well in the sense of being healed, but it can also be translated as saved in the sense of being brought through mortal danger. And it can also be translated made whole, as in being made complete, being made what you were meant to be all along. So 10 were indeed made clean, but only one was saved. 10 were made clean, but only one was made whole. 10 were made clean, but only one recognized it and gave thanks, and in giving thanks was saved, made whole, made truly well. It was gratitude that did that. Too often we boil gratitude down to two requisite words. What are they? Thank you. Thank you. That's right. Thank you. But Luke believes that real gratitude has much more power than just placating the ones who raised us to have good manners. Gratitude makes us well, makes us whole, saves us. Far from being a glib thank you, real gratitude that makes us well, that makes us whole, is a habit, is a way of life, and it really does have the power to save us. Interestingly, modern science corroborates Luke's nearly 2,000-year-old claim about the power of gratitude. In fact, here are 7 scientifically proven benefits of gratitude. Gratitude opens the door to more relationships. Gratitude improves physical health. Gratitude improves psychological health. Gratitude enhances empathy and reduces aggression. Grateful people sleep better. Gratitude improves self-esteem, and gratitude increases mental strength. Gratitude is very good for us. Conversely, though, ingratitude is poison for our bodies. Robert Emmons, leading expert on the study of gratitude, states this: people who are ungrateful tend to be characterized by an excessive sense of self-importance, arrogance, vanity, and an unquenchable need for admiration and approval. They reject the ties that bind people into relationships of reciprocity. They expect special favors and feel no need to pay back or to pay forward. According to Emmons, the cure for ingratitude is humility. Humility is key to gratitude because living humbly is the truest approach to life, he says. Humble people are grounded in the truth that they need others. We all do. We're not self-sufficient. We did not create ourselves. We depend on parents, friends, pets, God, the universe, and yes, even the government to provide what we cannot provide for ourselves. Seeing with grateful eyes requires that we see the web of interconnection in which we alternate between being givers and receivers. The humble person says that life is a gift to be grateful for, and not just a right to be claimed. In humility, the former leper in Luke's gospel returned to express gratitude to Jesus for the healing he experienced. And that gratitude saved him and made him truly whole. Perhaps you are like that man, and gratitude is the space you inhabit in life. Or perhaps, like me, you need to be reminded to inhabit gratitude, to occupy humility, and to pay grace forward. However we come to this story today, it is my prayer that we will all go forth in gratitude. For all of life is truly a gift to be grateful for, and not just a right to be claimed. May it be so with us all. Amen.
Today, it is our joy to give some portion of that we possess. We trust that together our gifts and our very lives will be used beyond the capacity which any single one of us might hope to achieve on our own. With thanksgiving, we dedicate ourselves and our gifts to your purpose, O God. Amen.
And now, dear friends, let us all go forth in gratitude. And may the love of God, the friendship of Jesus, and the peace of God's Spirit bless you and keep you this day and all your days. Amen.